This is a freaky found footage feature we found. 3 students disappeared in the process of making a documentary about local folklore and legends of the nearby forest. Now, on the first anniversary of the event, a suspicious man has started asking questions. He claims to be a private investigator hired by the friends of the students. Except the parents of your friends didn't hire him. Who is he, and what did the students discover out there?
Let's find out.
Oh, it turns out they were making a movie! Let's see if we can find some things about them in the newspaper. The whole building begins to shake as you enter the room. Suddenly, a stone pillar bursts through the floor where you stood just seconds ago. Noticing the arcane symbols painted on the stone, you take a step closer.
Let's study the symbols.
Success! You recognize some of the symbols from a stone tablet you saw at the museum. What's the connection?
Hey, dog.
What's up, dog? Are we still, we're not still holding that horrible totem that we can sell, are we?
I thought that was the last run.
Okay, that might have been the last
because we
person.
fucking died.
Hey dog, you want this horrible totem? The dog looks at you and says rough. The round window of the crooked manor tower is calling you. You feel your strength drain away as you stare at the bright light. Well, you can either fight this feeling anymore, or you can get blinded by the light. The blinding light is growing larger and larger, wrapped up like a deuce. Night, to your shock, you find the ground under your feet. Oh, it's not there! You prepare yourself for whatever is coming, plus 1 reason. Lost in time and space, you drift in nothingness until something pulls you towards the light. Parasitic star is looming over the dying civilization. Is this the fate of our planet as well? Abandon hope, all ye who enter, but ye must enter here.
You know what? We have a shovel. Let's dig through the sand.
Yeah, okay. Success! Digging beneath a stone pillar, you unearth a chest. It's filled with coins, plus 3 funds.
Fucking A. Look at how much
Filled
money
with
we have.
eels. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. The legends say the witch was buried alive for kidnapping and murdering 2 children. It points you in a specific direction, potentially saving you some time. Oh hey, speaking about saving some time, the other thing besides the QTE section that I'm regretting, or that I'm dreading rather, Metal Gear Solid 1 has the big problem of like it's really well paced until it decides to make you backtrack across the map 3 times. Like,
That's not ideal.
That's easily the worst part. You literally come up against the boss, and then Campbell is like, Snake, you can't fight this boss without this weapon. You'll have to go back to the beginning of the game to get it. And you fucking do. And it takes, like, 20 minutes. People give Metal Gear Solid 2 so much shit, but oh my god, it's just the first game, but way cleaner. The corridor is flooded by a black sludge that's oozing from under the door to the chemistry classrooms. Yep, there's another one. A damp, moldy stench grows as you get closer. How are you going to deal with this apostrophe?
Let's take a sample of the apostrophe.
You bottle up a sample of the apostrophe, trying your best not to pass out from the catastrophe, plus item.
Deals extra damage when thrown. Cool.
Nice. It's like a Molotov cocktail, but filled with goop.
That was my exact thought as well. We can huck it at a boss.
You can. The notes mention a village not far from your town. You decide to take a bus. Getting closer, you can't help but notice a large number of trees that have suddenly died. What happened here? Hey, what's up? You want some acid?
Yes, I do.
I just got this can of acid here. Try to avoid mirrors, afraid of what could be waiting you on the other side. -1 reason.
Damn you, Goizo.
Everyone in the village is unsettlingly friendly. An old farmer points you to an old stone. The missing group supposedly started their forest trip there. You heard the good news about our Lord and Savior Goizo?
Our
Goizo the
real Lord and
Unlimited?
Savior?
You don't like the way that he says it.
No.
An old priest is performing a ritual. Whatever you did, you failed. The ritual is a disaster. +2
Damn it.
doom. Looking back one last time, you're like, man, these sure are dark and expensive forests. The suspicious group you've been following is gathered in a nearby forest. They're enacting some sort of ritual. The only nearby vantage point is a large rock.
Ow.
It's a big rock. Can't wait to tell all my friends. They don't have a rock this big. You fall down and injure yourself. Luckily, you manage to limp away unnoticed. -2 stamina. That's so stupid.
Ow.
Like, it was for nothing. Zell in chat asks, curious where the Twitch name EndsvilleArcade came from. I can think of 2 sources. EndsvilleArcade came from the fictional town of Endsville in the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, of which we're both avid fans. And arcade just came across as, you know, a place to gather and play games and check out oddities. The idea is supposed to be that it would be like an arcade taking place in Endsville. Is the only reason that you would come across weird, grotesque nonsense like this.
This would totally be on an arcade in Endsville.
Absolutely. Alongside Pat the Baker and President Evil.
I fucking love President Evil.
Pat the Baker might be my favorite. President Evil is really good, but you know what else would be there?
What?
Even though it's not the same universe, you'd be able to find the Game Slave.
Yeah. The Game Slave would totally be there.
I also like that the Game Slave is totally just a Nintendo DS before the DS existed.
Totally. It's the same fucking thing. It's like, what if Jonan Vasquez made the Nintendo DS? It would look like that. Luck check failure.
Now, I don't remember if it was Billy and Mandy or if it was something else, but I remember that there was some kind of was it Billy and Mandy? Was it Invader Zim, or was it something else that had the Game Sphere?
The Game
Sphere.
No.
The Game Sphere was King of the Hill. Bobby had the Game Sphere that he wanted to buy.
I never would have got that.
It was like his first purchase or whatever on his own.
Because it's like a cube, but it's not.
Fucking Game Sphere. Like, people make so much shit about, give so much shit to the GameCube about, oh, it's just a box with a handle, but it's like, hey, guess what? It's a box that's easy to put places, and it's got a handle, you can take it places. What the fuck are you gonna do with a sphere?
I want them to make a game console that's perfectly spherical.
They will.
No flat bottom. It fucking rolls, okay?
Listen, they already made one that looks like a goddamn router, so, I mean, just give it like a couple more years.
Only one?
I'm specifically talking about the PS5.
The PS5,
the PS5 looks like a router.
router.
It also looks like Seto Kaiba.
Oh, shut up!
That's my favorite version of that. There's the one where it's Seto Kaiba with his stupid collar turned up, and then there's the one where it's Cell with his stupid fins on his head. Anyway, the witch house seems empty. Oh, look at that! It's a big honkin' eyeball!
Here, take this.
Meeny, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I wonder where this acid will go.
The acid is my fucking favorite shit.
Zell in chat says GameSphere was also in South Park. I believe that. That sounds familiar. South Park wasn't quite my jam. I remember watching the movie as a kid, like as a way too young kid to watch the movie. And I think the movie was the first thing I ever saw of it. Drake and Josh as well.
It's
yeah.
spherical.
Drake and Josh and Billy and Mandy take place in the same universe. You can't convince me otherwise.
I believe it. It's round.
The episode of, there should totally be an episode of Drake and Josh where the two of them have, like, a tic-tac-toe match with the Grim Reaper and get him to be their best friend for all humanity. Or all of, eternity.
Fucking A. Give me that luck.
No. You're not allowed to have the luck.
How dare you.
Every single time that a third person enters the chat, they immediately leave. Like, ooh, God, what is this? This isn't pro gamer strats. Where's my 100% super speedrun of World of Horror? If you don't have a webcam on your stream, I'm not watching.
We talked about this.
Yeah, we did. And guess what? It's fine. Don't worry about it. People are gonna get really upset, by the way, when we start playing Metal Gear games.
Yeah.
Because those are the kind of games where, like, no, what the fuck are you doing? You're not doing it perfectly. And I say that as somebody who loves Metal Gears. Man, those games, you can get really, really good at Metal Gear. But if you're even, like, average, it's not happening. Yes, we totally did talk about having webcam setup. And I think in some scenarios, like, I'm not terribly opposed to it, but it does definitely make it easier and more consistent to do it without it. Just like having the raw footage is totally serviceable. And also, just from an editing standpoint, like, it is way easier and looks way better, to me at least, to edit on a timeline if I'm just looking at gameplay footage.
And I think that nobody needs to see my fucking face.
People would get really upset if they saw me just suddenly pull out, like, the guitar in the middle of the stream. And it's like, people are already probably upset that they hear the guitar in the middle of the stream, but that shit's not gonna stop. I tried exactly one stream with a face cam, and it was a co-op Animal Crossing New Horizons stream, and it worked fine for that. Like, having that game have some more, like, face-to-face, you know, face-to-face interaction is fine. But yeah, I can tell that it would take you, it would take away from World of Horror, like, exponentially. This is a game in particular that you really don't want your goofy face and your thumbnail images all over, you know?
Mm-hmm. Although that grayscale idea that you had would probably make it work a bit better.
Yeah, if I was gonna do a face cam, it would be grayscale, because I just kind of like the way that okay, let me put it this way. With the type of camera that I have, it's a lot better looking to do, like, chiaroscuro shading and, like, really high contrast stuff than it is to just do, oh, here's an image of my bookcase or whatever. It's like, oh yeah, I don't really want, it doesn't look too good. It especially doesn't look good, like, juxtaposed against the particularly good looking game.
Mm.
And, you know, I think back to people like, people that I was inspired by doing stuff like this, like, you know, Slow Beef and Diabetes, or Chip Cheesem and Cherry Doom and those kind of guys. And, like, yeah, no, a face cam is not super necessary. It can be funny. I remember there was one episode of, like, the first or second Shitstorm of Scariness where they decided to do a face cam as a joke for one episode, and it was hilarious. And then, of course, eventually they all Eventually, they started doing their own streaming stuff, and now they've got face cams all over the place, but
Yep.
what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
And see, I kind of come from this on the opposite side, Zell, where Bix is definitely he's got a really strong voice that carries well over radio, and I personally come from a live theater background, so for me, like the taking away the physicality is the hard part. I can convey things a lot more smoothly and a lot more effectively if people can see me. So I kind of struggle in that regard. But over the past year, I've actually been dipping my toes into doing audiobook for a living. So it's been interesting, like trying to make that kind of jump. But again, just not having the camera with you at all. It depends on the person, right? Some people it helps, some people it really hinders. It really just kind of depends. Come on, come on, come on! Ah, you motherfucker! God damn it! I can't. I don't think I can do this without like a spoon or something. You know the spoon trick for old PS1 games.
No, what's the spoon trick?
So the spoon trick is because the buttons are raised in such a way, and they're glossy. They're not like nubs that you would find on like a mouse or anything.
Right.
You can rub the backside of a spoon against where, like, say the circle button is on a PlayStation controller, and it'll register those way faster than you can typically do it with just mashing your hand.
Huh.
Another way to do that is, the other classic one was like the rounded end of like a ballpoint pen or something. You could do all kinds of stuff too, or if you had an auto loader, you could just do that. But again, Metal Gear, if it sees that you've got any kind of cheat device, no.
No.
And there's one particular... The reason that this QTE in particular sucks, and again, I'm not going to give away any story-related info for why it's happening, but if you fail the QTE, it literally says, there are no continues here, go back to the title screen and your last save.
Ooh.
So if you're like me, and you saw that shit coming, and you put a save down in the corridor before, that's fine. You still have to deal with like 3 cutscenes ahead of that, but you can skip those. If you are somebody else though, and say you didn't save before Psycho Mantis, well, that shit sucks. Now you gotta go back and do 2 bosses.
Ooh.
And it's like, the pacing in Metal Gear is such that, in the first game specifically, the first game is kind of just a boss rush. Like, there's an hour or two, there's about an hour of solid sneaking gameplay before you get to the first boss. And then once you get to the first boss, it becomes like a boss fight every 15 to 20 minutes.
Solid snaking gameplay, if you will.
Yes. Solid snaking, snake. And there are occasional, like, that's why the backtracking sections exist, is because they're like, okay, we can't, ostensibly, this is supposed to be a sneaking game, so we need to have sections where they go back through Shadow Moses. And so they'll have you backtrack through it, but you're just backtracking, you're not seeing new stuff. And then every once in a while, you'll come across, like, a new room, but for the most part, no.
Alright. I have yet to get a good roll on this event. Come on. Bitch!
Staying up late and investigating has, you got a lot of money.
Damn it!
-2 funds.
Come on!
Staying up late all night talking about Metal Gear has turned you into a huge nerd. -9 charisma.
Damn it!
Let's find the shit in the building, alright? Excuse me, do you have a moment to talk about our real Lord and Savior? Day of reckoning is coming, says the voice on the other side of the line. You definitely don't like the way the man on the other side of the line puts an accent on real. Hello, are you still there?
Let's listen to
You learn, you know what? This guy's got some good points. Humanity is doomed. Minus 5% doom, minus 3 reason.
Humanity is doomed. Minus 5 doom.
The Earth is definitely doomed. Every room is connected by vents coming from the unused boiler room. Could it be?
Could it be?
Oh hey, there's a ration in here.
Oh hey, there's an arm in here.
Oh no. That's Decoy Octopus. You don't get to fight him in this game. Cursing, you find a light switch and gasp in horror. It's not a pipe at all! It's a long, rubbery arm coiling around the room and ending at a... Coming closer, you can smell something vile and rotten. Oh no! You almost fall to the ground when you see the wide-open stare of the dead pervert, his elongated limbs stretching and disappearing in the vent's darkness. Inside his mouth, you find a tiny key.
Fucking A.
And a caterpillar as well, it seems.
It's, what you call it? What do you call those things? A centipede.
House centipede?
Yeah.
Yeah, the police came and they just found like a bunch of gross shit in the ventilation shaft. Let's go ahead and not ever talk about this ever again.
Cover it up as an unfortunate gas leak.
Gangs on PCP. So, okay. One of my favorite things about like the ongoing lore in Buffy the Vampire Slayer is that for the first season, they make it kind of unclear as to whether or not people are aware that like the supernatural is going on. And eventually they reach a point not long into the second season where the principal gets like trapped in a situation where a bunch of vampires like keep them locked in the school at knife point essentially.
Yeah.
And Buffy has to break them out in Die Hard style. And they get through it. And the scene before the credits is the police officer walking up and being like, well, there were a lot of people in the building. What are we supposed to say? He's like, what are you going to tell them the truth? It's gangs on PCP. Gangs on PCP.
Nice.
Let's take a shower. Let's get ourselves all cleaned up.
We're a little bit less fucked up now.
A little bit less. We no longer have scars and cuts on our face. That's a good thing. Also, like, I've just got the Mass Effect like galaxy map playing, so this entire thing is just like galaxy brain nonsense.
And there's David.
Hey, David. David. A lot of Davids on this stream. Between Snake and between Mr. Jawara. A lot of Davids.
And also David, the other one.
Yeah, that other David.
You know the one.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
What? No, that David is great.
Wait, which David are you talking about?
D4 David, whatever his name is.
Oh, David Young?
Yeah.
Yeah, David Young's pretty great.
That's the David I'm always talking about when I say, hey, David.
Oh, I'm always talking about David Jawara.
I gathered as much, but he kind of looks like David Young.
I guess. I don't think I've actually caught his face.
You'll have to pay closer attention.
No.
Yes.
No. You can't make me pay attention.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
What's that? That's a Metal Gear figurine right there.
Holy shit. Is that the Metal Gear Mark II originally from the Snatcher video game?
It totally is.
So Snatcher is one of those games that I also want to play on stream, but like, I would not do that without a
without a guide.
I would not do that without a guide. Like, man, those Sega CD adventure games, no.
Ooh.
There's also arcade shooting segments in that game, and they can get cool. Like, the last one in particular is almost impossible. It's proper challenge.
Mm.
But at the same time, Snatcher CD is really damn cool and has probably the best opening theme in a game I can think of. Oh no, don't look at that. Don't look at that on screen.
Thankfully, it doesn't pick up on OBS.
No, it doesn't. I saw it though, and that's enough for me.
Oh no.
I'm gonna tell you right now, the opening theme to Snatcher for the Sega CD is One Night in Neo Kobe City. If you like cyberpunk mixed with like really just banging it out there saxophones,
I do.
That's that track. Combined with a really like overwrought adventure game narration of like Gillian Seed. There are many old mansions around this town. Ooh Manor is one of them, supposedly haunted by the family of 4 who disappeared without a trace one summer. But is it the only tragic event that took place there?
Let's find out.
The friends you've talked with are not sure where the mansion itself is located. You have to find the mansion first. A trip to the library may shed some light on it. Aha! You can't make me pay attention. Not when I got one of these here.
Oh no, is it that time again?
I really regret that the fucking amplifier right now. Because it would be so much louder. Hold on. Don't worry. We've got this. It's 12, 11. Yeah, okay, so it's 12 and 11.
Oh shit, it's Canis the Lunar Cat again. You bash Canis the Lunar Cat.
Ow, motherfucker! This is really hard to hold like this. Sorry, Canis the Lunar Cat. This is like Salem the cat from Sabrina the Teenage Witch, just grown up. Alternatively, you could say it's the cat from Sailor Moon, also grown.
Yeah.
God. So what you didn't get on screen here was me holding the guitar pretty much entirely on my pinky, my hip, while also holding down the string, and that shit hurts bad.
Ooh.
That's the thing about guitars that people don't tell you, is that turns out pressing down on metal strings with fleshy hands hurts like shit.
414 hertz, remember that.
114 hertz?
414.
You fucking asked me and immediately...
Good job!
Let me write that down. 114.
Job.
No, it wasn't 114. What was it?
414.
414 hertz donut. Alright.
414.
I don't have to remember now that I've written it down.
Oh no, not the receptionist again. Hey, we got the good roll for once.
Oh yeah?
While the receptionist is
inspection.
busy updating some boring papers, you copy some names and addresses from the database.
Database.
I love the, like, passive aggression of some boring papers.
While the receptionist...
It's very high school coming of age fiction.
While the receptionist is busy talking about some shit I don't care about, let me go ahead and steal things. It is.
Fucking
It's very much like I gotta get home and play my Sega CD.
Gotta play Snatcher on my Sega CD. 410 billion. World is a fuck.
Alarmed by the sound of world is a fuck.
Give me
It
that
looks like
fucking
somebody-
gun.
You need a stronger rope, dude.
I
You
do
decide to
need a
enter
stronger
a
rope.
small, shady bar in the dock. What a great idea. Maybe some of the old fishermen can help you in your quest. However, persuading them to do so might prove difficult.
I don't have any money, let's talk to them.
Oh, what is it? We succeeded! We caught the fishermen in a good mood. They tell you tall tales of sunken cities inhabited by too many legs. We got some experience but lost some reason. Wow, spooky face right there.
Find a sewing kit.
Never want to see one of those things again. Tell you what.
Plus item. Alright, we're in the mansion.
Alright, you've heard a weird noise coming from the study. You must find a key. Hearing a shuffling sound coming from behind a wall, you decide to push it out of the way. You discover a niche in the wall. Someone has put 3 dusty dolls in there. When you try to reach and grab one, however, they jump up and scatter around the room, giggling.
Oh no, not dolls.
Oh no, not spooky, creepy dolls. I can't be dealing with these creepy dolls. Back! Nope, I don't have it. I had it this morning, I don't have it now. That sucks.
That does suck.
The worst thing about learning new skills is that you can be good at them 1 second and then don't practice for a week. Guess what? They're gone.
They're gone.
What do we got? Still combat, huh?
Still combat.
Well,
it's alright though, we got a level.
Well, a level is good, and I've still got your number here for the... So don't worry, I'm still doing the incredibly children's job. Except I'm kind of not.
Kinda not.
So what can we do to get better at our job? We can sew up our face.
Now we look cool.
Yeah. Now you've only got the 1 scar, and people go crazy for the 1 scar.
Burn that book. Don't read
Burn
the
it down.
Necronomicon ever. Gotta keep that doom low. Low as we can get it. Oh no. Now we look cool.
Yeah, how about that shit, huh? Well, no, now you just look like you haven't slept in a while. Now
That's
you
what
look
I
like
look
me.
like. Now we look like me.
We've got your eye baggage, and we're good.
A secret passageway. Let's make our way down. Let's explore some more.
Also, my hair is currently black as well. I don't think I've seen this one. Cavern depths? You follow along a winding corridor until you stumble upon something really strange. Someone has set up a series of vintage-looking speakers, all connected to a single unit. The speakers must be the source of the sounds. You see a knob, allowing you to change its frequency. Snake, to get the right frequency, you'll have to look on the back of this.
It's on the back of
Acoustics
the
of-
box.
Man, okay. Oh God, all right. I gotta quickly gripe about something.
Yeah?
So you're aware of the back of the CD case. You're aware of the back of the CD case piracy protection thing that they put into Metal Gear, right?
Mm-hmm.
So did you know that in the original version, they say, "Oh, it must be on the back of the CD case." In the Twin Snakes remake, they change it, and the line says, "Oh, it must be on the back of the package." So, naturally, you would assume that a lot of people who did not play the original one and jumped in on the GameCube be like, "Wait, what package?" You mean like is there something on the map that I'm missing? Because it doesn't
That's
specify.
confusing.
Like, it makes sense as, like, hey, it's the back of the game box, right?
Mm-hmm.
But to say that, you could get away with that kind of vague answer if it was also the PSX version. Like, if that was the line in the original, you could get away with that. You can't get away with that if you're remaking and dumbing down the...
You can't get away with it if you're changing it.
Oh, also, there's one important reason why we will not be playing Twin Snakes instead of the original. And the reason for that is that Greg Eagles plays 2 characters in the original Metal Gear, and he only plays one of them in the Twin Snakes for no reason.
For no reason. Acoustics of the underground caves makes the waves in the machine tone create a ghastly melody, shaking you to the bone. As you move closer to the stone altar, you scream in terror. You are not the only one charmed by the sounds. Prepare for combat. The cursed chants amplified by the cave system make you dizzy. To your horror, you notice the sound has awakened something else.
Oh no.
Look at this fucking thing.
Yeah, that's a mass of, like, barnacle, shell, and... like, it's equal parts barnacle, tentacle, and crawfish. That's just grody. Yeah, throw your person at them, maybe.
Fucking no, it's Kana!
Oh. Kana can handle it. Fastball special Kana into Oritaru's mouth. And watch as they, like, do a helm splitter down the middle.
No hope. Run from the horrible beast like a coward.
That's right. But you need 100 time to do it.
The enemy is so massive this attack won't cause any damage.
That's pretty good. Can you try to talk to it? Befriend it? Listen, buddy. I know how difficult it must be to be and looks at paper in a recoil, but have you ever considered therapy? I could help you get in touch with a really nice looks at paper in recoil therapist that they could really set you on the path here. Granted, you might have to pay extra because I think you would have to order them to work here. Like, you would have to put in, like, a home order. I don't see you making it downtown to the actual office. That's just a logistics issue at that point. But it's alright. Look, mental health is important. We all have to find our way through this horrible minefield.
This world of horror.
This horrible world of horror. See, now we're communicating.
I could huck the sludge at it, but I don't think it would do much. It's got 92 health.
Huck the Sludge sounds like a character from a book I read in, like, middle school.
Yeah? There's no hope.
What are your options?
S. Run. You've successfully run from Otaru.
Almost tripping over the countless human bones, you decide to run from the cave. The haunting melody continues to follow you as Oritaru begins its reign of terror in the waters surrounding Shiokawa. Unholy chants coming from the caves connected with the mansion must have driven the family insane. Awakening Oritaru almost made you share their fate. You decided to run, afraid of the dire consequences. The inner coil always gets its victims, and the fishermen look so tasty. Ending B. You got 50 experience, 15 experience, minus 3 doom, plus 1 stamina, and a reason, and a day passes.
Contaminated water. Luckily, I'm prepared for this.
Yes. Drink the goop.
Got the key?
What if you were to submerge the key in the goop so that it would then become like an otherworldly key? Probably fit almost any lock. That would be my suggestion.
Ah, damn it. I don't think it worked because it wasn't in my inventory. I made the same mistake last time.
Yeah.
Give me my fucking camera back.
I'll take this camera.
I guess stow the flashlight.
Yeah. Get that shit out of here. You don't need that. Yeah, how about that? How about that illicit firearm that you're not...
God damn it.
That's one of the things that I always appreciate about the setting of Yakuza, is like, guns are not easy to come by. If you're a criminal, maybe you have... but you're not allowed to have guns. So like, street toughs won't have them, thereby necessitating hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. It allows for, I don't know, more interesting action, I would say. It's also why a game like Shenmue is possible.
It's true.
Dude, if somebody in Shenmue pulled out a gun, that game would be a hell of a lot shorter.
Again, it's true.
I'm looking for some bikers. Do you know where they are? And a biker just pulls out a gun. Damn, Rio, sorry, you should have thought harder about the situation that you put yourself into. Although, Rio could probably do like a fancy kick or something to get himself out of there.
Yeah, probably.
Or like throw gotcha gambling things at them until they decided to walk away.
Get out of there.
You say that. Did you know that in Shenmue you can absolutely get you can go up to a gotcha machine? Out of there. You can get out of there, just like Sonic says. When you go to the gotcha parlors, you collect figures, and one of the figures is definitely a set of classic Sonic.
Ooh,
and you can just get like a little... It's a Dream Eater. Okay. I'm still at a snake Dream Eater. That's really close to the title of one of my favorite bands of all time. Anybody out there possibly interested in prog rock should, maybe aside of hair metal, maybe check out Dream Theater, which I'm sure anybody who is probably interested in such things has done so already. They're not unknown.
One of the big
but check
names?
them out anyway. Yeah, one of the big old names. They were, you know, I would listen to them in the car ride home like every night as a kid. So it was like that and Metallica I would fall asleep to. Only difference is Dream Theater kept being cool, whereas Metallica very much stopped being cool. You hear a faint sound while walking outside the biology lab. Inside is an old anatomy model, its heart still beating. The sight almost makes you sick.
Ooh.
I would recommend checking out 6 a.m. rather, from Dream Theater, and probably... I would start with 6 a.m. 6 a.m. is a good song. And if you like that, you're pretty much in for the rest of them. They're one of those bands that's like, hey, we released this 2-hour-long album, and there's like 7 tracks on it, because every track is super long and really complicated. We're talking, like, primordial prog rock. The kind of stuff that Rusty showed Dean, made him go crazy with.
I know what you mean. Oh shit, it's the Gigolo.
Hey, Gigolo. You're looking pretty, ugh.
Hey, Wiggle Jiggle.
So we jiggling her. I really wish that I remembered more from that. Jiggle Billy, and the other one who had like the knife for the hand.
Happy Time Harry.
Happy Time Harry. Those are the only things I remember from that whole episode.
I mean, that's all there really was to that episode.
But I mean specifically, I remember Happy Time Harry talking about his pills and stabbing people and cutting himself so that he can feel. And I remember Jiggle Billy and him saying, "Alright, so we jiggle in her, and that's it." And I remember Meatwad going to the store. I remember that too.
Yeah. Need to get totally ripped to dance. You don't find anything. The smell of blood makes you weak.
Put the blade up against my skin and see how far I can go before I pass out, you know? Okay.
Yeah.
You gotta go find...
Whoa!
Oh, that's good. The first thing that I think about whenever I think of Aqua Teen, though, is I think about them going down the street and going like up the side of the mountain in their stupid little push wheelbarrow, or their pull wheelbarrow.
Yeah.
And like, wasn't that the first episode where Shake was talking on his phone and he couldn't get the signal? He's like, "Hey, where you at?"
That wasn't the first one, but it was. I think it was the first season.
Yeah, it was way early.
It was called the Danger Cart, I think.
Yes, it was. Hey, that's real, genuine pleather, alright? I want hookers to feel safe when they're in here. You still need that number?
No, I remembered it.
Okay, good. I did my job.
I remembered it with my brain.
What's that like? That sounds boring. Sounds like that sounds like what a nerd would do if they didn't have a GameFAQs open. Some people read books to make themselves smarter. Some people make themselves smarter so that they can write books. Some people just prefer to stay on the outset.
Yeah.
They're like, no. Also, remember that game that I was telling you about? The Breath of the Wild?
Yeah.
Turns out, don't buy it. Don't do that.
Why not?
Because the gacha is really, really bad.
Ooh.
Like, really bad. Like, the game is good, but not quite as good as Breath of the Wild just feels. And there's also bad gacha in it.
Which was my first impression when I heard that it was free.
Yes.
Oh, my blood.
As it should be. Ow, my blood. This stuff's supposed to stay on the inside. Ew, why is it green?
Oh no.
Are you aware of the green blood in Ocarina of Time?
No. I do serve the old ones. Oh fuck, that was a bad idea.
Oh no. So, as it turns out,
You got the chef.
Hey, chef. The original version of Ocarina of Time had Ganon at one point in the penultimate fight with him. You would, upon beating him, he would start like coughing up blood, and as a point of censorship, they eventually changed the blood from red to green, so it just made him look like he was throwing up, like from extreme pain.
Yeah.
And that's always something that I come back to is like, what?
You made it worse.
They should have just made him cough and like taken away the sprite effect.
You made it worse.
Ganon, Dark Lord of, I don't know, the Lord of the Dark Gerudo or whatever.
Dark Lord of being physically ill.
Dark
Like
Lord of
beats.
can't hold his liquor.
Oh no, not the fetid fumes.
Grody. Those fumes are fetid. We did level up though.
This is gonna be a close one.
Yeah. Part of me wants to pick up my Vita again and try and get through that fucking button mash, and it's not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen.
You know what is gonna happen?
What's gonna happen?
I'm gonna plug my Vita into my PlayStation 3 and transfer the save file over to where it was, and then I'm gonna do it with a goddamn controller.
No, David.
So the coolest thing about the Legacy Collection that that I got the other day is if you have a PS Vita, you can't necessarily buy Metal Gear Solid 1 on the eShop, right?
Yeah.
It's not there. But the Vita itself does have an onboard PS1 emulator. So if you have those PS1 games in a digital format on the PS3, you can just via USB hook it up to your PS Vita and copy the content that way. And once you do that, then the game will just run because it can run the games, it can run the ISOs. And because the PS Vita and the PlayStation 3 have cross saves, you can also transfer save data between the two of them.
I remember it being pretty novel at the time. That
It's very neat.
the PlayStation 3 just had more or less an exposed file system.
It pretty much does. You can just plug in your phone or whatever and put wallpaper on your PS3 if you want to.
The thing that was crazy to me at the time was how, like, Unreal Tournament 3 for the PS3 was like the only PS3 game that had mod support.
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy to me.
It fucking cost $600, but it's cool. Oh no, look at this ominous lighthouse.
Let's check
We've
it
been
out.
staring at this screen for longer than you can remember. Let's unlock these locks.
Turn them into unlocks.
Come on, baby.
Unlocks which we need to get more of. We need to get more unlocks. More variety.
Finally made it inside this cursed lighthouse.
Where's that
Your gut
gun?
is telling
Let's
you.
equip the gun.
Yeah, okay.
Where is the... Oh, I have it right here.
Can
More
you
bullets. Load the baseball bat
Almost
into
enough.
the gun.
to kill anything that moves? I was gonna say load the gun into the baseball bat. What if the burnt papers, like the burnt notes, and rolled those up and put them in your gun?
Yeah.
Hey team. Following the winding staircase, you are stopped by bullshit. You decide to brave through it though. -3 reason.
Come on. Try to
You're
reason
stopped
with
by
it.
a girl.
Can't do it.
You're not charismatic enough.
The enemy you
second.
fought is the second one.
Okay. The second person that we fought.
We have to get this right.
Was it? It wasn't the stalker. Was it Canis?
Maybe. It's either Canis or the puppet matron.
I think Canis came before the puppet matron.
Yeah, I think you're right.
The only way it's not Canis is if Canis was the first one.
It's not Wataru. That I'm certain of.
I say go for Canis.
You were right.
Yay! You still need that number?
No.
Sure? 'Cause I got it. I don't, that's a lie. I deleted it. Following the winding staircase, you find a metal gate that blocks your way. It's locked, but you notice an electrical cable. It seems to connect the door to a hole inside the central pillar. If there's a switch inside, you'll have to risk getting cut by numerous glass shards and knives.
Ow.
Damn. You cut yourself, -3 stamina.
The mystery we investigated as the second one.
Well, that would be the found footage then.
You're certain?
Yeah, because we found Canis in the woods.
I hope you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Hey, we did it.
Dark clouds swirl around the lighthouse. What's up with that?
Kick it. Hell
Good
yeah.
shit. You did it. As the unnatural fog slowly lifts, you are relieved and collapse on the floor. The next day, everything feels like a bad dream. You've managed to stop the ritual, awakening the eldritch old god. But what's come is done. It will stir in its slumber again and again until the stars are right again. Congratulations, you are safe for now. Congratulations, you did it, you survived.
We're racking up these wins.
Yeah, you solved
encountered
5
one new
mysteries. Yeah, and you didn't unlock any new achievements, though.
We did encounter one new enemy. It was the Dream Eater.
Yes.